Welcome back to Morning Coffee. I am Mark Cook. This is Biz. We want to thank Scott and Breakfast with the Boss. It sounded like an awesome segment. Sorry I couldn't sit in, but man, it sounded like a pretty hot topic. So we are moving right along here on Morning Coffee on the Radiovision Network. We are super excited because we're going to dance, baby. We're going to start dancing all around the studio because we have with us Susan and Jaclyn from Tiny Tutus Dance Center. Ladies, welcome and good morning.
Thank you for having us.
Wow, Jinx, you both owe me a Coke. That was awesome.
The coordination.
Yeah, totally unplanned, but totally perfect. That was great. So let's talk about Tiny Tutus Dance Center, which is right in Morristown, New Jersey. It's right in the backyard here as we sit in Mount Laurel. Morristown's the next town over.
Yep.
So let's talk about Tiny Tutus.
Well, we are located within the Morristown Community House. We're very happy to be there. We've been there the past year. We've went through the fire with them and then all the new construction, and it's starting to look beautiful. So it's coming along. We've been in business for, my mother started a dance studio, Nancy Mulford Dance Studio in Mountie from over 60 years ago. So it's kind of a foundation there. My sister currently runs that school, Kim Farmer. Hi, Kim. So about 5 years ago, we started traveling to different schools. We started at Castle Academy and Kids Castle in Barrington, which is a private school and daycare facility. They're a wonderful school. And we started teaching lessons there. And we saw the need to, that a lot of kids now are in preschools. So, and they're in there more full time. So we started traveling to different schools, and we saw a real need for just a specialized school with younger ones. And we also enjoy little ones a lot. So we thought, what a wonderful way. And we started getting the idea that we would just start a small school that would specialize in children 12 and under and really focus on the foundations of dance with them and make them a priority.
Catering to them and busy families. And we found that people enjoy it and they appreciate it. So we're in our second year and it's going really well. We're excited.
Oh, I think what happens is that, parents look for other alternatives for their kids. They don't know, obviously sports gets shoved down everyone's throat all of the time. And I'm not saying that sports are bad. Sports are very good. Sports are very good. I played sports. Sports are essential for a well-rounded individual. I believe that, but I also believe that the arts and dance are a big part of that. So I was about to go on a little tangent, but I want to talk about you're an established business. You've got history behind you. We're talking 60 years of dance professionalism. So we've got the past, right? We've got this amazing history.
Yes.
And now we're in this amazing evolution of it now where you guys have your own studio. You still do the traveling program to the schools, right?
Yes.
And now we're looking towards the future, right? You're in your permanent home, right? The community house, you're not moving again. You're not going anywhere, right? Knock on wood, cross your fingers, right? This is where you guys want to be.
Yes.
And you're really making the push that if parents are looking for girls and boys.
Tuxes too.
That's right. We call it, they're not ballerinas, we call them tuxes, which I think is really cool. If you're looking for something different, they offer camps. You guys do, if you do want to just maybe expose the kid to it for a few weeks in the summer just to see if it's something they may want to do throughout the year, you guys offer a lot of different camps and programs. Why don't we talk a little bit about that real quick?
Sure. Well, our fall session starts in September, and then we go through May. We have our year-end recital, which we just finished on May 21st, and it went very well.
And that's the full program, though, right? That's a full year.
That's our full year program. That starts at age 2.5. You can be part of our recital. And then we have 3 different levels. Of course, as we have our tutu level, where they can learn, we have different classes like ballet and tap. Well, it starts at our tutu babies, which is creative dance and ballet, and then they can move on to ballet and tap, ballet and tumble, and then we have our starlet level, which is our next level up, and then they kind of expand into ballet, tap, and jazz. So every level you can it gets more, fine-tuned.
So if I wanted to find out about the classes or the camps or anything you have going on, I would just go to tinytutusdancecenter.com.
Yes.
Spelled just the way it sounds.
Yes.
tinytutusdancecenter.com.
Yeah.
And I think one of the questions, and I have a feeling that you're going to get excited about this, but what is it like when you have a 2-year-old come in who doesn't, they're not aware of their bodies at 2.5. They don't know how to move. They don't know what they're doing. What's it like when they start to do a move, or that you see that you've finally impacted or gotten through, and they start to do it? What is that like for you guys?
It's very rewarding, and we see it, every day. So especially with our 8-week programs, because they can start at 18 months. So they can start with a Mommy and Me course.
Wow.
And that's 18 to 36 months. So we sit there and we get to see from the start of the program until the end how much they've developed and how much they've learned. And to see that, that's why we're doing it.
Yeah.
It's very rewarding.
It's, it's really a nice dynamic, because talking, I can't say it enough. It's important for kids to be exposed to dance and to the arts and to a lot of different things, because it's important for the person to be well-rounded as they become an adult and enter and be a productive member of society. I think part of the problem we're having these days is that people aren't well-rounded enough. They're stuck in their own little worlds, and we're programmed to go through school the way school is. And if it's not in that line of the school, then it sometimes gets lost because of the way, our system is. We had to make hard choices because there's limited money to go around. So unfortunately, a lot of the arts programs got cut, but what you guys are doing is bringing them back in a really cool and creative way, which, if there are any superintendents of schools listening, this is a nice program. You can have a half-day assembly, and you can get the kids up and active and moving and learning at the same time. So let's talk about, a little bit more about the program that you do bring into the school, and what types of grades are we talking about, and what do you do? Walk me through what it would be like if I'm Principal Mark Cook. Welcome, ladies. Thanks for coming in. What are we going to do today?
Well, our Traveling Tutus program, we do from ages 2.5, and right now we go up to about 3rd grade. But we are capable of doing more. That's the schools that we're in right now. Our 3rd grade class, actually they just did in the recital, because our Traveling Tutus do perform in the show too, which makes
cool.
it more
They have their
unique.
own recital.
So
that's cool.
It's wonderful, because a lot of times working parents, they just don't have the time by the time they get home to be able to take them to dance and do all these things. So it's within the confines of their school day that we actually go in once a week, just as if they were in our own studio. One that you were talking about rewarding, one of the boys that I taught this year, they did a jazz to Dear Future Husband, which was, it was a push for the boys. They were a little embarrassed because they had to, have a partner with the girl. And this was just so rewarding. And he was such a cute, tough little boy. And he was like, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know. And we're like, no. I said, all this hard work, because he was getting tired of, of the discipline. And I said, all the hard work pays off when you get up on stage.
And you perform.
And as soon as he finished, the curtain closed, I walked out to him, and he said, that was so much fun. I want to do it again.
That's
and
great.
That's why we do what we do. And
it's that's it. And it's that feeling that you've passed on to that young man. That's awesome. That's so cool.
Accomplishment and
and just the love of art.
Right. We now have a kid that loves it, right? And that's
and that can
maybe
open
acting
it up for him.
and maybe any other genre.
That's it. This is awesome. So we're moving fast here. We got to take a quick break. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna take a quick break here on Morning Coffee, but we are going to be right back talking more about the Tiny Tutus Dance Center in Morristown, New Jersey. Stick around.
Welcome back to Morning Coffee. I definitely appreciate you tuning back in. I'm Biz with my co-host Mark, and we have the owners of Tiny Tutus, Susan and Jaclyn. So thank you again for joining us. So offline, we were kind of talking about our backgrounds in dance, and so I was in I went
full disclosure.
Full disclosure. So I liked dance. I like dance. I wasn't a big team sports player. I have a lot of coworkers who have kids who jump from sport to sport to sport to sport. I have some who just kind of let their kids do whatever they want. I thought dance was really great because it does give you focus, it does give you discipline. What outside of dancing alone, like what do you think are some key things that the kids learn from being in a dance class?
I mean, it's amazing. Even at our youngest level, when they're learning creative dance, just to feel secure about themselves and confident, and that they can freely express how they're feeling, that carries through their whole lives, and that is a focus that. Whoa.
You got stuff flying around in here. What?
Wait.
It was on fire.
My husband would be so proud of me right now because I have such a fear of anything with more than 4 legs.
I am very proud of you also. Because
You see, I had to use the water bottle though.
No,
So
that's
we're
okay.
talking about things that the kids learn.
So, we everything that we do in class, besides technique and foundation of
Gross motor
dance,
skills and all
gross
of those
motor
technical
skills,
things.
it's all about making them, like we were talking about, into a well-rounded person with confidence that feels secure and that can walk into any situation and feel confident that they'll be able to handle that. And I think dance really does teach you that, and performing and all of those elements that they learn. So I feel like it helps them in every asset of life. Yeah.
So I've seen, and I'm pretty sure some of the viewers have seen, like the reality shows around dance, and the Dance Moms, like the whole cheer things. Is that really like that, or?
Whoa! I could feel that over here.
Like, I don't know.
What did you just do?
Well, let's be clear.
Yeah.
In our particular studio, we're very, we're like more of a rec program.
Well, in our Tiny Tutus.
In Tiny Tutus,
Yes.
yeah.
And that's the whole basis, is that they can come in, this is
not
for
feel
them
that-
to be exposed to the arts.
Okay.
We don't compete. We don't have any emphasis on that at Tiny Tutus.
Not at all.
At our, at our other school, in Mulford Dance, they do compete, but it is a well-rounded program. It's not based on competition. They do compete, but they do perform, they do social, they do a lot of
And
different
that's where
things.
this whole concept of Tiny Tutus came from that, where we know, coming into dance and into a big school, you kind of feel like you get lost a little bit in the shuffle. You're a younger student, because there's so much going on. There's so many big kids. There's competitions. There's companies. There's all these different things. So I think for us, it was a great feeling to kind of take them away from that and just focus on them and cater to them. So that's kind of where we're at with that. But in the competition world, you do see things like that.
Yeah,
Not in our other school, but
No.
I got this vision of, you're in Tiny Tutus there in the Morristown Center, and there's this large Russian man with a big mustache yelling at these kids, up, 1, 2, 3, right? No, it's not like that. No. Why do I have that image in my head? That's more of a gymnastics thing, isn't it, than actual dance?
Yes, it is exactly.
Olympic gymnastics.
It's an Olympic year. I've been thinking about Rio. It's an Olympic year, so I don't know. But Tiny Tutus doesn't have any Russian male instructors, so you don't have to worry about any Lugosi type characters coming in. I don't know why I thought of that. I'm sorry. I'm glad we're laughing. You can just call me an idiot. That's fine too. But those crazy parents, we don't have time for them at Tiny Tutus, right? Because that's not what the program is about. Just to go back to business question, look, there's no dance mom scenario at Tiny Tutus, because that's not. You guys wouldn't. First of all, you wouldn't allow it. Second of all, that's not what you're all about. That's not what you do.
It's not what we do. And I think the environment that we give our families is so warm and welcoming, and they really do appreciate that, and they kind of just go with it, because we want it to be just an enjoyable experience for everyone.
Even our recital is geared toward younger ones. It's about an hour in length, which anyone who goes to dance, they can go on for a while. But we structure it for the younger ones, so they're only about an hour in length, and it's all about them being the stars. So we separate them into different recitals so that they're able to have. We might have, around 8 classes only performing in that show, and we try to do slideshows with them, everything to make the focus on them and to make them the star of the show.
I imagine the kids feel so special on those nights, right?
They
Because
do, yeah.
you guys, it takes a lot of coordination to do it that way.
lot.
To make,
Patience.
no, and I'm
Patience.
giving you guys the full due credit for it,
Yeah.
because
Thanks.
that's a lot of work. It's much easier just to throw all the kids on the stage and say, go dance,
Right.
right? But to make sure that
Yeah.
each child has front and center type attention, that's really important and goes a long way for these kids.
Yeah.
I know it. I know it for a fact. That's
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, it definitely pays off in the end. All the hard work.
Yes.
Yeah, talk a little bit about that, because I think that I don't think people necessarily would realize how much work goes into it. Because what they think is that, oh, well, you know, Jaclyn and Jackie and Susan, they're waiting for us to come in and then we'll dance a little bit and then everybody goes home. What's a normal day like?
To give you any kind of perspective, we just ended our recital on the 21st of May. The following week, going in Tuesday, I mean, we were back in, and we've already picked our theme for the next recital, and we have it like pretty much planned.
Wow.
Not all the details, of course, but
It
I mean,
actually
it starts
starts then.
immediately.
That's a really fast
Yeah,
turnaround.
it
I mean,
is, yeah.
you know, you guys could have taken the weekend off,
Well,
or
well,
you know.
yeah.
Oh wait, you did that. Okay, all right. You know, I probably should.
Couple days.
I want to let everybody know that Tiny Tutus is a family business.
Yes.
We are aunt and niece,
Yes.
right? So that's really cool. That's, you know, you normally see that old school family dynamic, like the father passing along to the son or something silly like that. This is a really interesting, unique, and cool and female-owned business, which is awesome, and we like to celebrate those type of things.
Well, and my mother, who is
Nancy
might be
Mulford,
watching now, so I can't say her age, but again, the business has been there for 60 years. She was, worked at a time when women didn't always.
Right.
And she had her own studio since she was a teenager.
Yeah, it's amazing that she
Yeah.
started working there when she was 4 years old.
Yeah, just crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
To be
Yeah.
there for 60 years.
And now
You're
my-
welcome, Mom.
And now my sister Kim Farmer
Yeah.
has had the reins of that school, and it's a large school,
Oh,
and
that's great.
has been, just a phenomenal director, and has been carried on that tradition for so many years. So we're proud of our family. We
Yeah,
have
you
a
should
lot
be.
of-
And
lot of-
that is great. And that's why people need to support Tiny Tutus, because they are a family-owned business and they are a part of our community, and they're doing really great work. So I don't know why anybody who's even remotely considering this wouldn't go to tinytutusdancecenter.com and get more information. So here's what's happening right now. I got to take another quick break, but we will come back and we will finish up with Jaclyn and Susan from Tiny Tutus Dance Center in Morristown. Stick around. This is Morning Coffee on the Radiovision Network. We will be right back. Well, welcome back to Morning Coffee on the Radiovision Network. We're so glad you came back with us. We are flying along on this Thursday morning. It's been awesome so far, but it's continuing to get better as we wrap up with Tiny Tutus Dance Center in Morristown. Oh yeah, I'm Mark, and this is Biz, and we're talking to Susan and Jaclyn. Ladies, this is such a great place that we have right in our backyard here, where we're bestowing the gift of dance to young people in our area, which is so cool. But you guys have a program going on this summer that I know that we want to talk about before we let you guys get out of here. So, take it away.
Well, we have 3 different programs in the summer. We start with our Princess Camp, our Princess for a Day camp, which is really popular. We offer that 3 days a week through the summer. It's 8 weeks long, but you can pick and choose because families are busy. So if you want to do a drop-in session, you can do 1 day. If you want to do the full summer, you can do the full summer. You can pick and choose, and all that information's on our website. But that's really popular. Our Tuesday is actually full, so we only have a few spots left in our Wednesday and Thursday.
Well, let's wait a second. Let's try to fill those spots. It's Princess for a Day. What is that like? What is the day like?
They will come in. They start now every week out of the 8 weeks has a different themed princess. So if you come in, the first week it'll be like Anna and Elsa.
Ooh.
So everything will be about Anna and Elsa, and then, you know, other princesses.
All right, which week are we doing Jasmine?
It's a good
I
week.
think it's like week.
That's a good week.
Oh, that's a good
You're
week.
right, that is a good week.
It's a good one. I'm not sure.
All right,
4 or
well,
5.
you guys
Week
will,
4 or 5 we'll say.
yeah, let me know, because
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Princess
You can
Jazz,
stop by.
she's my favorite,
She's
so.
Okay. So they'll come in, you come in when you come in, and you'll start out with a coloring page of something from Aladdin, Jasmine, and then they'll learn some choreography, and then they'll do a snack break. We'll have a little princess break room, we call it. They'll go over there, they'll have a snack, they'll do a craft pertaining to Jasmine. And then we'll do a story time. So we have a little princess, little tent thing. They'll come over and we'll read them a story.
Oh, that's so cool.
They'll go back and learn some more choreography, and then they'll do a royal performance at the end for the parents. So like the last 10-15 minutes, they'll come in and they'll.
Oh, that's great. So the parents come to pick the kids up, but they
Yes.
stay for a few minutes, and the
Yeah.
kids
See
like
what they
perform
learn.
what they
You'll see what they
learned.
learned.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Oh,
they'll
that's
take
cool.
the craft home. Yeah. So
That's-
it's a nice little
yeah.
experience.
Yeah, it's so cool because you guys are doing some dance, but you're doing some other things too, and make sure the kids are busy
Sure.
through the day. And
Well,
2 hours,
It's
so-
2 hours long. It's long enough for the moms
Yeah.
to go walk across the street, get some coffee, spend a little time, you know, and let them have a fun
take a
morning.
deep breath,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
But then we have a summer dance program for ages 6 to 10, and that is that's going to be a lot of fun this summer. So we have it scheduled 3 times during the summer. Again, they can pick and choose days or weeks that they want to do. Because I know my summers are always crazy, and it's hard to get times. But each day for those we offer a different genre. So on Mondays it's ballet and lyrical, and these camps are 3 hours long, and they start 9:30 to 12:30. Tuesdays it's tap and jazz. On Wednesday we have
A cheer and tumbling.
a cheer and tumble.
Thursdays Hawaiian and Tahitian.
Yes,
Ooh.
which and that we have to shout out to
Luau.
South Pacific.
South Pacific Island dancers
Yeah.
come in and do
Oh,
our Hawaiian
cool.
program. They're fabulous. You
Yes.
can check them out on their website.
And then Fridays hip hop and breaking.
yeah.
Nice.
It's a little funky.
Yeah, so it's a great way to stay active during the summer. Try something new. If they've never tried something, they can come in for 3 hours. It's not a long commitment. They can come in and try out a different genre of dance, which you don't always get a chance to.
I think you touched on something, and it's really important for especially the moms out there that are watching, because dads, I love you, but I think that the moms are the ones that are going to get the kids involved in it.
Yeah.
But you guys will really work with schedules. You will work around schedules. You want kids to come in, and you're not going to allow a vacation or a scheduling conflict
Right.
to interfere with that. You're going to work with everyone to make sure that if they want their kid there,
Yeah.
you're going to get the kid
We
there.
offer a lot of flexibility in the summer because of just that. People have shore houses.
Yeah, that's
they,
important.
You know, so
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
That's important for people to know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So here's what we're going to do right now, okay? So we've given out so much information about what you guys do, but we really need to make sure that people know where to find you, how to find you, all your social media pages, because we're going to go there and we're going to go check out all the pictures and videos and
Lots
all
of
the stuff you
pictures.
guys have up.
Yeah.
So I want you to look right into camera 3, and you can do it however you want, but
Okay.
invite everybody down to Tiny Tutus Dance Center.
Well, we are Tiny Tutus Dance Center. We are located at 16 East Main Street in Morristown, New Jersey, within the Morristown Community House. You can reach us on our website at www.tinytutusdancecenter.com. You can email us at tinytutusdancecenter@gmail.com. Our phone number is 856-638-5451. We are Tiny Tutus Dance Center on Facebook and am I missing
Twitter
any?
and
We're on Twitter,
Instagram.
Instagram as well. You can probably find that out through our Facebook page too.
Yeah, and honestly, if you just do a quick Google search, they come right up. That's how I found them. Because I wanted, you told me the website, and then I was like, oh, Tiny Tutus. Wait a second, was it Dance Center? Was it Dance Studio?
Right.
So I put in Tiny Tutus NJ, and it came up first
Good.
thing.
Good.
So
Google's doing
just
its job.
just look. I don't care how you find them. Find them
Yeah.
and get your kids involved in the dance.
Yeah.
Jaclyn and Susan, thank you so much
Thank
for coming
you
in
for
this
having me.
morning.
Thank you.
This was fantastic. I hope everybody gets involved, and I hope
too.
that Tiny Tutus much success, many
Thank you
years
so
to
much.
come, and
Thank you
keep
very
up the
much.
great work. I really think it's amazing what you guys do, and help these little kiddos get exposed to the arts. It's amazing and it's awesome. And thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So We are Morning Coffee. We are moving right along. We've got more coming up, so we got to take a quick break, but we will be right back. Stick around.